All right, let's get reaction. Economist Azar Jammine joins us now live from Cape Town. Azar, thanks for your time. So the president boasted in that story that projects are underway, but only a third of the 62 projects, as you heard from Devon, that were actually given the official go-ahead last year are in construction phase. That's concerning.
It is concerning. I've been wondering all the time in reviewing the President's Economic Recovery and Reconstruction Program, of which this infrastructural investment program forms a critical part, whether in fact the announcement that was made around this time last year has actually come into fruition. And now you have given me the actual materialization thereof to say that, yes, some of it has got going, but it's only a third. And that explains actually why one isn't seeing it in the gross fixed capital formation figures that are emerging, and why one doesn't see it in many of the industries that are related to this investment. And I'm very glad that from what I've heard you say was reported at the conference, that many of the comments made are so valid that a lot of it has to do with the lack of capacity rather than the lack of funding for such projects. And also that a lot of the bottlenecks emerge from the municipal level, where there is just not enough skill in engineering, in the engineering field, to undertake these projects. I have heard, however, that the so-called construction mafia are still at work in some projects, and that is also holding back progress. In other words, there is a lot of the contractors are being held hostage when trying to do some of the work they're doing.
Yeah, the skills issue, of course, can't be dealt with overnight. Is there a solution to this?
Well, unfortunately, it's a long-term solution, and it goes to the very heart of the structural weaknesses of the South African economy. The manner in which the educational system is producing skills leaves much to be desired, in particular in the areas of science, engineering, and technology. In an economy which is developing for a fourth industrial revolution, we are just producing far too few skills in the areas of science, engineering, and technology. And in particular, I heard Zandile Zungu bemoaning the fact that there is not enough transformation within the infrastructural projects. And that stems actually right at the heart, at source, from the number of engineering, black students who are actually undertaking engineering. You see, you have to have a strong inclination in maths and science to do that. And yet the country at the moment is generating fewer than 1 in 40 students from school who pass mathematics or science with 60% or more that one assumes is needed to become a decent engineer. And therein lies the problem that we have. And most of the a high proportion of graduates that we're seeing, if you look at the the statistics over the last 6-7 years, has shown that the big growth areas are in the areas of social sciences and humanities and arts, rather than in science, engineering, and technology. Therein lies a huge element of the difficulty that we are facing. And then when you get to the municipal level, unfortunately, cadre deployment plays a very big role here and is impeding the ability of municipalities to build up the skills that are needed. And then the other big drawback that we've got is many of those skills are, even those who do get the skills, are leaving the country because of a variety of regulations, and they don't see a future in the country. And they see the declining trend of economic growth as impeding that future.
So what's the solution? Bringing more skills from abroad? Because, you know, everybody raises concerns when government brings the Cubans in to help deal with some of the crises that we have.
Well, I wouldn't be too critical only about Cubans. The point is, why only Cubans? Why not allow skills from all over the world to come into the country, especially from the rest of Africa. And a lot of these students come and study here and do very well, but we lose them afterwards. I think there is an important factor to be, there's a lot. What about India, which is at the heart of information technology development as well? It's that kind of problem that we have to overcome. In the early 90s, the National Party government overcame the skills shortage by allowing a lot of East Europeans after the fall of the Berlin Wall to come into the country. And that helped provide a huge influx of the technical skills that we require. But I'm not saying that that is the only solution. The solution really lies in our educational system that has to become far more geared towards improving science and technology. And therein lie at the heart of the success of the East Asian economies over the past 50 years has been their passionate drive for development of skills in the areas of science and technology.
All right, thank you so much for your insight. Appreciate your time. Azar Jammine, an economist, speaking to us there.